Okay, Chris here. Actually trying to figure a way to enter sculpt mode. It's supposed to be a subtractive type thing, but yeah. This is basically the island, and I put in the mountain, but slight differences. I need let's see, like a brush, a certain type of brush, which isn't going to be easy. It's changing strength, radius, whatever the heck that is. Planes, view planes, area plane. I'm not sure. It's front faces only. No. The ability to use this tool, it's sculpt, but the object must be selected. Maybe. Like I don't know. It is selected. What the heck? Sculpt mode. Object has non-uniform scale. Sculpting may be unpredictable. If I could. Like, I'm just trying. Accumulate. Nope. Darn. It's here somewhere. Hide, brush, sculpt. Okay, so there's definitely a texture, but being able to actually just brighten sculpt is another story. There's maybe a way to add a texture. Like I'm wondering if it's beneficial to leave this smooth or have it be flat. It's like sort of linear. I kind of like that idea a little bit more than the smooth look of the rest. But there's one issue, and that issue is is this mountain lived in or on? At the university, I like the idea of the university being like sort of a path leading up to like some point here, and then a few little sort of areas that actually enter the mountain. I think that's a kind of neat idea. Anyway, so that's where the university is at, and let's see. There's a few other locations. Residential zones that I need to put in. The mountain sort of falls off, and there should be another of these circular areas for the outer rocky area that enters the ocean area. But anyway, yeah. So there's sort of like an area here too beneath the surface somewhere that I want to place like a rectangle. Say like not a cube, but I'll place the cube, I think. Anyway, there's a green mark. Bring this over here and sort of drop it down a little. This is going to be the Oceanic Research or Study Facility, and that's basically cube form, but needs to be flattened. Like that's smaller, flattened. Like great. It's going to flatten just the bottom area. Let's see if that's possible. Okay, it is. Okay, so this facility is basically circular at one side. So what I'm going to have to do is actually create a hemisphere sort of area. A circle, maybe? No, a circle's not going to work there. A UV sphere. That might. And it's basically an area within the research facility that is like window-like. So kind of, see, this might be able to be reformed. Let's say like, no, that's actually too much. Oh, I placed a circle over here. Maybe that circle will be like Hope Lake or something. Okay, so let's see, descend further down. Maybe downward, okay. So ensure the sort of C mode, change the size of the selection tool. Okay, so that's looking halfway decent. That was not. Great. Okay, so we're gonna need to take the same area, actually. Same area off the top, which isn't gonna be very easy. Alright. And see, that's some of it. Might need to pull the entire object out toward come out of edit mode and get what I need. I did not join these. What the heck? I did not join these. size it up a bit. I'm like, I don't think I joined these. Let's see if she here. Like, here's my circle. Maybe I did join them. Delete. Like, no, I don't want to delete it. Okay. Okay, so if this is true, then the only object to be selected. Okay, so it's going to have to be slightly different. Okay, so this is our box area. I'm just gonna place it into the area above. And you see that there's a ring here, and I don't want to delete that. I actually want that to be part of Hope Lake, which is over here somewhere. So, and descend upon, it's like right about there. Off over that way. Hope Lake. Okay, so we have a box, our sphere. And the sphere needs to be edited. Actually, up here, there. So I'm going to enter edit mode again. My selection. Like, jeez. Okay. Okay. So the selection tool. Alright. Too far. Okay, so, great. I just go ahead and manually delete these one at a time. Okay. There are a few. Okay, and wow. Okay. Okay, so we have kind of like the window that we're gonna need for the outer area of the this structure. Actually need to go into edit mode, tools. It's not gonna be rotate, it's more gonna be like not push or pull, shrink or rotate. It's change, like to change. Okay, so I actually have a size. I'm slightly confused by this. Give me a few. So actually, I think it's the bottom. I think it is the bottom. I'm gonna say it's like the ability to shrink or flatten. Then again, that I don't really like that sort of relation. Smooth vertices. Randomize, extrude, make, subdivide, loop cut, so on and so forth. I want to say it is though. Great. So sort of this entire area that can be manipulated, but at the same time it's like, what? Yeah! That would be kind of neat, I think. Like, what if? She missed a point. Great. Okay, there. Like, she is me. Yeah, it gets annoying. Anyway. Alright, so each area is selected. Those areas can be shrunk. Since there is a sort of flat area, I guess that's it's kind of neat. Anyway, So yeah, I think that's about right. And then basically and go back to the object mode. Hey you, fluffiness, and that sits right beneath the surface. But I'm not done with that yet. Hey, scooch your idea of it away. So I can do 1, 2. Yeah, I'm serious. She's like, you're mean. Hey. No, we are not having bedtime. This is not an option. Come on. Over here. You perch yourself near the mounts. Ready? Doot, 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 doot. Alright, there we go. She's like all 4 paws. Come on. She's like, it's pet session time. Alright. I was in the middle of something, you know. It was. Alright. Get the body rub. Did you even check your dish yet? You were eating? I'm gonna eat crunchies in a bit. It's like mostly meat food now. Like moist meat food. I'm like, that's okay. She gets all the water she needs. Which reminds me, I need to go put more water down. Yeah, did I already do that? I didn't do that yet. Come on. I'm like, oh, we'll be right back. Less bacteria and stuff. It's alkaline system. Here, brush your fresh water. There's a lot of calcium in water, like beyond a lot. Right. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I don't know where the dropper's at. Wow. Can we find it? I have a dropper right here. What's going on? Did I put it in your kitty container? I put the dropper, Alexis. Can you find the dropper, Alexis? Put it somewhere. Oh, dropper. Right. The dropper full? And later we can brush your teeth. Gosh, the show. Right. An entire dropper full of vinegar water. That's all. I'm gonna grab it fast, right? In the mouth. It is the most disgusting stuff ever. Why did you do that to me? Want a treat or two? Maybe a treat or two just for being happy. This. Do that. Five kitty heart bites. And just chicken and turkey. Alright, so that's that idea and kittiness. She is vinegared out. It's like, yeah, this stuff is awful. I'm like, I know. The calcium here in the tap water is bad though. Super. Add a little vinegar to the daily and you should be alright. No joke. There's so much like white buildup from standing water. It's not funny. Okay, so we do have like this circular area, and basically all that's needed is, actually I'm going to come around to center point, I think, like right around here. Okay. Actually I should place the center point just beneath that area, so that there can be like, oh, it's possible. I'm like, opposite direction, great. This is not going to work. Not. Whoa. That may be slightly issue. In the opposite direction. Downward maybe. Oh gosh, this might work. Anyway, so basically what we're doing is like making a convex type circular area for a window, so that the you know, the little area that they walk up to, I guess, and look out into the ocean is clear and convex. So yeah, that's this area here, and looks like maybe 2 more grids. It should be about the right size. Okay, this area does seem to be kind of neat. And what we need to do is like smooth that because it's a window sort of. And let's see, this can also be scaled slightly, I think, to become a window, which is let's say the entire object. So I'm gonna say this is actually an entire object. Like everything needs to be selected. Wow. Well, alrighty then. Like everything. Okay, so once that's done, basically it can be scaled. Oh, missed a few. Gosh, I missed 2. There. There. This can be scaled as well as manipulated slightly. So we do want this to be slightly thinner, not as large. Alexis, chill. Fluffiness. Okay, so that's basically going to be taken to the outside area. This box becomes sort of, I don't know, it needs to be rotated somewhat too. Hey, what are you doing? What? What? No, it is not kitty time. Like, I understand it though. It's like, don't make it something it's not. She's like, I just want your attention. I'm like, gosh, go be kitty. Be kitty. Be kitty to the best of your ability. Alright, so Let's see, A, C, C. Hey, back up. Back it up. There. Alright. So this object actually out this way. Let's see if we can rotate it a bit. What's Alexa? Whoa! Hey, no. I'm gonna step on something and erase everything. Say, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. Alexis, I am not kidding. Back up. Okay, this is to reshape. Hey, get your backside away from my face. No, I am not kidding. No, go. No, I'm serious. It's like, so you are. Gosh, yes, I am. Alright, so, no. They're just gonna freaking stare at me for an hour. Like, really? Seriously, okay. Alright, so we have... Whoa, the object. It's an ability to why in the heck is the anchor point way over there? Like, I just don't know. Alright, so this is going to be backed into the actual object. Slightly lowered. Dude, like right around there. Lowered a little bit more. Right around there. Slightly larger maybe, or rotated more. Like, not that way. Okay, so it's not a rotation. Looks like an edit. No, it's not an edit. Great. Object. Rotation. So it'd be this rotational tool as opposed to the other. Alright. So we do have like a convex type view. Like, but it's not exactly on. How about this way? And then I'm back to here and pulled out. Like, that's possible. Alright, so let's see. Now I noticed that I'm missing an entire like top and bottom piece. So how does that work? Yeah. Okay, so you see this entire object is gonna need to be deleted. Have to create another. Try the UV sphere again. Like, great. So basically it has to be an object that is kind of like moved or changed to have like an entire orb-like structure, but connected somehow. So it has to be a smaller size, like a scaled size, like kind of like that. But beyond, let's go slightly smaller. Or we do the entire front side of that area, which is like yes, and then move that into place. And it's going to become a part of another. Like, yeah, well. Alright, so almost there. This has to be smooth too as well. Like, whatever. And rotational. Mine's like a saucer. Like, it's a saucer though. I know, I don't need to. Dude. I don't really like the way that appears. Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's like too convex. Like, this has to be like larger. So it must be a smaller window. Like, this is annoying. Maybe not. Like, let's see the bottom. This might be possible. Like, doable. It's okay. I want to manipulate this object. Edit mode. Deselect. deselect, select, and then, you know, part of the object that I want to remove. Will it be okay? Actually, it doesn't look half bad. Let's see. It does though, kind of. God, it's gonna be annoying. Okay. Let's see if we can do this again. Boop. Oh yeah, sure. It's gonna be easy. Okay, so that does look okay. Not really an entire area that's like, anyway. Maybe a sky area. Like, would that be like not feasible? That would be kind of neat, right? Like, but only a certain part of this would be visible. So, there. So, yeah, gonna come out of edit mode into this mode and manipulate the object once more. Like, great. Sounds absolutely freaking fantastic. Okay. So yeah, there's kind of like an area maybe of this that protrudes from the actual side of the hill. Just kind of weird. This is an entire block area, and I don't think a lot of it is actually going to be seen. So let's see, scale, rotation, tools, smooth, there. Like an entire object, kind of like a bookshelf of some sort. But I also like the idea of kind of, for lack of better terms, cramming everything in to one little location, then making the opposite direction sort of the portal area. So you go, there could be two areas, but you say which side, you know, you have kind of like a stereo system, right? Which is like, which side is housed to the portal. I'm gonna vomit, maybe. My cat. Alright, so yeah, let's see. A slightly okay looking disc, right? And an entire object that isn't really consistent. The rotation on this object is way off. Yeah, it is. What about this direction? Like, dude, like, in any direction, and it's like, well, off the corner. Like that could be possible, right? And then just move the direction of the entire block. That could be if it was directly on, like right on. Let's see. And the top doesn't look half bad. Kind of looks like a sort of disc projecting into the ocean. They could sort of walk into it, it looks like. Like the disc, I mean. Downward, upward, upward, downward, downward, upward. Sort of like a bubble that projects into the ocean. I like that idea, kind of. Whoa! A little off there. Even in the same location, rotation. God, this is annoying. Has to be on one of the squares, like one of the sides. The rotation is way off. Anyway, that's not gonna work. Has to be straight on. God. Joe. Alright. So that was kind of like a square. I guess it's more of a rectangle than a square. To bring the view back down toward the actual object. Okay, so I like the idea of this being like it is, and then the portals being off to the left and off to the right. And what's a portal gonna look like? You know, kind of thing. Anyway, there is a circle. Let's see, this object. Like, great, that's way off. Rotate. Like, yes. No, that's way off. It'd be a portal, and it would take a heck of a lot of my time. No, it's circle, delete, circle, cylinder, maybe. I'm gonna need you, cylinder. Okay, so we have like a horizontal cylinder, kind of. Like it's kind of a cylinder. Or something like that. But see, this can be scaled actually. Edit mode, which is tools, and then scale. So maybe a very large portal. Come out of edit mode and reposition this. Let's come upward. An entire sort of portal, and this portal is really close. Like that's black though. Why is that black and not smooth or symmetrical? Like great. Like a rotation. A portal of some sort. Like I don't know. Small one. This portal. It's a duplicate. So maybe move this out toward. Let's see, toward or away. I know that's definitely toward or away. All right. There are portals. There has to be one on the other side too. So the object placement right over here and dropped a little. So these are actually areas that are sealed with water. It's like water is brought into the area, and then the object or the craft that is released is basically released from left to right. Okay, so I like this idea. Like I just need to grab all the pieces and sort of smooth it all out. Yeah, smooth it all out and then bring it to an area where that can be manipulated. So drop this down into sort of the area where it's going to be sort of stationed, which is adjacent or catty corner. And the IO amount. So let's see, we're almost there. Come on. Psst. No, off. Let's see how to do this. Whoa. No, that doesn't make sense. Right. Okay, so it's kind of projecting from the underside, it looks like. Like, Anyway, that's the Yellow Angels right there. Like, the no legs. Closer to the surface, maybe. Or further away from the surface, like. But do they descend to actually get there? That is a question. Actually, I don't like the idea of the objects being grouped. Whoa! Whoa! What the heck was that? Jeez. Alright, so this should be 3 objects. 1, 2, 3. And this object is slightly off from the last object. That can be aligned top, I think. It's slightly below the surface of the actual area. There. Like, this is about as close as probably getting. Right. Rotationals. Put a pow. Alright, so I'm gonna place that back into the alley now. Put a pow. Rotation. Let's make glass like that. I was like, ew. Basically, like, yeah. Take it somewhere else. Slight differentiation. Okay. So it is actually built kind of like that. I do like the idea of it projecting from the side with little portals. This is a research facility, so kind of like the idea. Anyway, that could probably be slightly larger. Like, yeah, what the heck? Dude. And then, downward. Slightly larger. Alright. Whoa! Alright, maybe not. Let's see. Object size, maybe. Portals flooded. Something like that entire idea is just if. Whoa! Big difference there. It'd be kind of neat if this is actually like not a box, like opposite direction. It's like point like, right? Slightly odd. Always have been. Could like smoosh out the bottom too. And kind of see the direction that this is taking. I'm just saying. Okay, I need both of these areas and then also to rotate. Like, this is only one area. God, what the heck? Okay, there. Now, placement. Almost there. Gosh, it's taking forever. Alright, so no, that's almost there. That's almost there. A slight rotation in the opposite direction. There. No, it's clear. Wow. Alright, so I like that. It's different, right? Different. Right, so that's the study center, sort of. and the underside of the island that is for oceanic research and study. And then, let's see, we have this little area right here, which is not filled. So I'm wondering the torus would have to be a flat plane within the torus. And even though this is a circle, it cannot be filled. So I don't think that's going to be useful. So I do have a lake, but the lake, what kind of lake is it? You know, I'm gonna torus. Like, what the heck? Where's the sizing on that? Like, oh, it's beneath. Alright. Dude. So it's gonna be like, it's kinda not the average, I guess. And there's also like campgrounds right around there. I think this should be kind of smooth too. So you have sort of a further down area. Alright, so it's kind of like a lake. Like, everything's so smooth though. I don't like the way it's so smooth. There. Okay, so it's starting to take shape. Starting to. Alright. So there's also going to be another area somewhere around here that is for launch stuff. Like a launch location of some sort. I think like most like a platform. Kind of like Square Lake. Okay, so now that I have my flattened, what the heck is this? Oh, you know what, that would be kind of neat? Jeez, that would be kind of neat. Like downward, I want this downward, like, boop, like a little platform. Serious platform, though. Alright, so this actually needs to be kind of, like, scrunched a little. Like, not so much of a platform. Like, great. I wonder if I can draw an entire mission tower. I mean, yeah, like, current type mission tower. It would be sort of fun, I think. Okay. So this needs to be kind of smaller. So it's a little large. Like, whoa! Alright, that's not gonna work. So exit mode. Like, gosh, that is super tiny. There. And then sort of manipulate this downward a little. And then shrink. Like, that's rotation. This is actually to change the size. So there should be a green node as well. The launch location is a lot smaller, it looks like. There. Like, almost there. Square Lake. Alright, there. Downward. It's off to one side, and then further toward the coast, like right off the coast, because, you know, there's a lot of propulsion type stuff. It's sort of angled so that the area that it's located sort of blows it off this way and that way, it looks like. Like, I kind of like that idea, launch area. Like, I want to do an entire tower. Anyway, okay, so smooth. These are not painted yet or anything like that, so it's taking form. Almost there. The mountain, though, I don't like the way the mountain looks. Like, there should be slight manipulations in the mountain, which is like selecting this object, going to edit mode, and actually being able to place nodes. So I'm like, I haven't been able to see that, but to change the location of an entire area. So, like, yeah. I like that idea. Sort of bringing the nodes out to a different location. Like, is that even possible? Bring this upward and then go into edit mode. Actually, select some of these and then like move them out. Like, God, I can't move the screen. There. It's like maybe some of the front area. Even then, like that's edit mode, isn't it? Whoa! Alrighty. Like slope it. I wonder if there's a way to curve it. Smooth vertex, noise, side edge vertex, extrude region, interfaces, make fades, subdivide. Kind of curious. Like anyway, there's like a little path out this way from a residential zone, and I kind of want to make this area, the side area, sort of curved. Knife, spin, screw, duplicate. I think it's screw. Wow! Already know. Spin. Nope. Knife. Nope. Select. Nope. Yeah. Make edges face. Insert face. Loop cut slide. No. Bisect. I think it's bisect. Like right around here. Okay, so that's not possible. Great. Anyway, so there's like a ramp that goes all the way up. I'm like, great. This is gonna be fantastic. It's not a ramp. It's supposed to be like all differing, sort of. Doesn't look that bad though, or so I think. So let's see. I'm gonna take these three maybe. Pull them out front. Weird. Like it's totally weird. Like nope. Okay, AC, this one. Totally backward. Like, dude. Kinda weird though. Kinda weird. Like inward. Dude. This is totally off. Somewhat. Not that bad though. Like if that's not gonna be right. Like an entire area for classrooms, but at the same time, not classrooms, but labs and stuff like that. Maybe labs and lecture halls, and they don't lecture and whatever. Anyway, I kind of like the way that mountain looks. Kinda, not quite there yet. Okay, so there is area. Let's see what I can do with these. Sort of just to create like depth, maybe like a little sort of like this is a mountain, not a cone. My gosh, it doesn't look the best, but it's a mountain, not a cone. I got it. Alright. Put a pow. Yeah, I know. Alright, and then there's like a little issue right about here. Like, what is that issue? Wow. Alright. This can come straight out the side of a mountain? What is that? It's like, no. Yeah, why is this so weird? Right, so maybe a flat area toward the top too. Yeah, maybe that'll be easier. Smaller maybe. Path leading up. Like yeah, that's consistent. That's not entirely inconsistent. So let's see. Actually not the movement but the size. I'm gonna need to scale this down a little. There. Drop it down onto the surface and bring it back to where the area is supposed to be. All right, so basically there's a few small areas at the base that is so near this path that it's not even funny, and that's basically Estrella's parents' house, and that's like right to the side of the path, I guess, or to the path leading up. So maybe here. So there's gonna be tiny little like structures. They're were they spheres? No, I don't remember. There's actually two stories that I was writing. One is tactic limits, and the other is this one, which is that's not that bad. Okay, the jot. I haven't even got anything for it yet, which is not half bad. Okay, so it looks like the hill or the mountain is actually smaller than the oceanic observation sort of area. Whoa! What did I do there? All right. And the central sort of supply area is one of the largest areas in this area as well. So as you can see, like the underside, that's like the sort of under area. I don't know if it makes much sense right now, but it's kind of neat. Like right in this plane, in this area, you could start to like build underground type systems. I think it would be kind of neat. Like right here beneath the mountain to get to the observation facility or whatever, and the oceanic observation facility, you have to descend the mountain and go beneath the surface to get there. I think that would be kind of neat. Anyway, that's it. This area. It would be sort of an area like a tubing right here, like an elevator maybe, because it is technically like beneath that area. Like so a little further in, the corner right here to the underside. That'd be neat. And then this area over here is seldom seen, which is the bottom sphere or hemisphere of the bottom hemisphere of the supply chain. It's basically a manufacturer facility, and then at the manufacturer's facility, through these tubes to the little facilities are supplies that are made here. So it goes here, and then people that live within a certain wedge, I guess it's a wedge, grab whatever they need from their local supply facility. The ones living closest to the center, this area, let's travel a little bit more. Anyway, there's not really a super system for transportation. I know right along here somewhere, I think it is, there's a platform like up into the see if I can scoot out a little there. This area here, there's a platform, and it's kind of like a depot, but not quite a depot. It's like a train or tram platform. It's really the only like fast way to get around the island. It's only 60 miles and it doesn't take very long. Anyway, this hill is somewhat small, and these structures are as well. Or actually, they're fairly large. As you can notice, the areas closest this are smaller. It's store for less supplies and is visited more often anyway. So there's that, and there's also fewer people within that area, residing within that area. Like almost done. God, like I don't like the way it looks. Yeah, I should like do the observation facility. Great, there's portals. That's a good visual, and it's like, dude, pow. Overhead, like, slight difference. And I'm gonna go up and away, and I don't like the way those look either, but hey, I'm almost there. I could technically shrink this, flatten, kind of. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is go to the bottom, not scale, but shrink or flatten. Like the entire object, being able to select the entire object and shrink or flatten that. Like, yeah! Right. Really? Like, no, I need to, select the bottom. Alright, so, the ability to, whoa! Shrink or flatten that. I'm like, not that way though. I'm like, I think it's that one. That's directional. Yeah! How the heck to do this? Okay, I think I remember now. It's, let's see. Select the area, I guess. Which doesn't seem very different. Like, you gotta select some of this. It's like upside down. I'm like, yes. Right. Whoa. Dude. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna bring this up further toward the surface, but still keep it low enough that it's supporting like the actual sea facility. Alright, so that's not too far off. If I could do anything, I would change sort of the outline to be like more rigid, I guess, or more island-like. Gosh, like these need to go outward, dude. And it's slightly odd. They're a little rockier, I guess. There. Actually, I might do that with the entire area. Dear. And dude. Dear. Dude. Dear. I'm like, sounds, yes. Should be listening to music and jamming out and being a happy old person, right? Not. Anyway, keeps me busy. That's one good thing about life. Keeps me busy. So even if it doesn't mean anything, during the entire content of it. Alright. Alright, so yeah, that's not half bad. Could take some of the area like sideways or inward. I don't know though. Dude, like just make it jagged sort of. I'm like, so it's not so perfect. Gosh, that is so bad. Huh. No. Okay, so let's see this area. Okay, that one not. Boop. Alright. Just slightly more jagged, I guess. Bring some of the outer areas downward. Haha! This changed everything. Like, gosh, watch me do it again. Alright, there. It's a little further outward. Like, doop. Boop. Pow. To the tag. Mostly my entire life, right? Like, when will that stop? Why won't they listen? Anyway, this is the inner me. And it's sarcastic mostly. I'm just saying, it's annoying and sarcastic. Yeah, there's some talk going on outside, like there always is. Alright, so it's somewhat jagged. That's like not half bad. 60 radial miles, flatland. Like it's not completely radial, but it is radial, you know, kind of thing. There, like I like that, somewhat. That's a little off. Dude, there. This one too. There. No, keep trying. You'll get there someday. Alright, so I somewhat do like this idea. It's like, Now if this entire island changes, like if this entire island changes, there's gonna be several differences. Alright. Maybe rotation of like almost every element. Possibly. Object. Like this object. Slightly beneath the surface. Alright. The only thing remaining is to really is to put in a so what, this lake sort of tips off. Like great. I didn't get all of that done. The lake is there a waterfall like off into the, that'd be different, right? Waterfall. I'm like, into the ocean. I don't know, it remind me of like Greek kind of, sort of, in a way. Anyway, these objects. Like, see, dude, that one. can't I maneuver it? Why can't I maneuver it? There. Wow! Alright. Like downward? Sort of the lake contents. Like the lake contents aren't gonna survive there long. Seriously though. Whoa. Alrighty then. This one. Bring the surface back down toward the sea. It's the lowest point. Hope Lake. No. Okay, so that lake gets kind of dragged back toward the outer area. Like, how fast though? Okay, so this is dropped a little below the surface. So this is the lowest area on the island. It sort of falls into the sea. Or so it seems. Representation, okay. It's not too far off. Whoa. Further out. Whoa. We saved the lake. It's weird, right? We saved the lake. This is Hope Lake. Anyway, the lowest point on the island is Hope Lake. So here's the issue. The lowest part on the lowest area on the island isn't that. It's the Oceanic Research Facility. So we have a Hope Lake. That little area of the story will change. Hope Lake used to be the lowest point because, you know, I don't know, bodies of water are usually fairly deep. So no, it's the Oceanic Research Facility. I'll take this over this direction, and heck no. I think I was fairly consistent with that idea. And no, they were trying, so yes. I don't know, just like I said, I don't think it's really talking to anyone. It's not a conversation. Prolake structures. Prolake structures, these are spherical. Okay, so I think one thing that I've done with many of the other objects is to paint, texture paint that. It's basically adding UV samples and some sample colors, I guess. It says RGBA. HSV, I'm like A. And taking a few minutes to respond. Alrighty. Like almost done. Oh, I guess I'll save it. Yes, ABC News. Want to be more productive at work? Drink more coffee. Like, no. Gosh, okay, here we go. It's coming back into science, like politics, science, and history, all that good stuff. Bring us back to the Republican way, which is really cool. Instead of deviating too far from it, and that's understood. They had so far. Look at that. And I'm like, gosh, is this not gonna save? Like, what the heck happened? Anyway, should give it a minute. Like, if I don't get to save that, it's not gonna be very difficult to do again. Just time consuming. Wait for the non-respond button to sort of go away. Science March. Mr. Einstein. Alright, so yes, before I go any further, I'm going to save this document. I think I'm going to add a paint slot and change the color of the paint. Alright, so it's going to be actually white. And that has changed. So, texture paint, kind of done with that one. Like, how about this one? Object, texture paint, UV, paint slot, normal, go with white. Okay, no, same with the lake's outskirts. Kind of, it's perfectly round, which is kind of weird. But it works for me. Like they built it, they wanted to. It's theirs. This platform too. Objects, texture, UV, paint slot, normal, white. Still dark. Why is it so dark? Like we need a sun up in the sky beyond Earth. Yeah, I could. This is simple planetary type stuff. Yeah, 60 radial miles. Slightly rockier around the edges. They don't usually go beyond that though. I know this sort of radial area. Oh, Hope Lake needs to be repositioned. Dude. Like, no, Hope Lake. Hope Lake. Yeah, really. When it's object mode. I was selecting something else. Okay, so, what the heck is that? Texture paint. I wasn't even in that mode. Like, really, Facebook? I mean, really, Blender? Okay, so Hope Lake's kind of nestled somewhere right here. And then I was also thinking about doing a sort of concentric outline. I know there's a spiral that sort of goes to the inner side and the outer side of Hope Lake, but the actual transportation system is in 3D, which would be, about this high. No higher than the mountain, no higher than the central area. I like the idea of the mountain being taller. Thinner and taller. Why do I like that? Whoa. Freaking skyscraper. It's like dun, 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 dun. Then also adding sort of like little areas within this that are like platforms, so that say like there's little areas that are into the mountain. Like they actually use the full mountain for the university, which is like a building inside that. It's more of a hill than a mountain. But anyway, this is freaking huge. Just saying. Like the idea of the mountain being large. It's like half as tall. Half as tall as a building they built for the manufacturing. Like that's everything right there. Like what the? Like what are they doing there? It's life sustaining, foods, everything. Not really. I like the idea of doing a 3D representation for one of the houses too. Kind of like a blueprint would be if you were looking straight, at the object, but a facial feature and recognition. I'm like, whatever. Okay. Let's see, actually, these objects, these might need to be painted too. Gah. Alright. These are going to be groups. Actually, I see something that needs change. This object raised slightly. There's an area at the bottom that was way off. Okay, so I guess that's going to be as close to it as possible. Painting. So these objects are going to be, let's see, grouped. It looks as if these objects can be joined. And then also painted. So I'm going to do a texture paint for the entire object, and that texture paint is going to be normal white. Much as everything else. Alright. Something else I see. I think I texture painted the surface green. which is an entire representation for that. So 4 4. And they try all the time. Not even questioning anymore, brain. UV sample, paint, normal. Okay. Texture paint, UV sample, slot. Let's see, normal. Do like the surface like a light green. Like I can't select that. Yeah, great. Not responding again. It's like a color selector. I was thinking about doing video games today too. Kind of bored there. Okay, so the paint slot, normal, like light green. Over here somewhere. And then maybe like a medium green. I don't just like that totally. The mountain UV. Texture paint. So then gradient, soften, slots, material, can this be edited? Okay, so I do see this. I just have to say like a lighting source. Like being able to place a lighting source. It's like a Hemi or sun. So sun high above. Like over here. Like I like that area. But it's an area. A little lighting, like raise it up a bit, slide it over. Oop, closer. Like this is actually spot, so where would that be? Like I think this would be closer to the mountain. Like bring it down a bit, like around here. Okay, let me see if we can get a visual on this, like a image. Like gosh, no. Spot doesn't work. These are lamps. Like this. How will this be activated anyway? Like, I don't know. I'll figure out the lighting later. That's right now kind of still molding the overall picture. And I think what I want to do is zoom out and sort of find an angle that is somewhat consistent. I think this is kind of neat for a screenshot. There's like F, what was it, F? Screenshot, F12? It was F12. I'm not completely sure. Animation, no camera found, right. Okay, so that's one image rendered. Let's see. Over here, slightly caddied. Not completely done, but almost. Alright, so render image. Ah, I can't do that. It's actually screenshot. So which one was it? Control F3 on desktop. Save screenshot. Okay, so that's that direction. Go this direction. Control F3. Go desktop. So this name is actually gonna be Angels. Anyway. IOA. Save. Alright. Gonna get a visual representation. I wish I could paint that and have it so much more in depth, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I completely view in paint, I mean. Okay, so we have IOA and Evangelos. More detail, this would be incredibly more fun, I guess, and appealing, but I might get to that later at some point. Yeah, this is their little home thus far. Alright, so moving on. Alright, at 12:53, I'm gonna look into lunch and also uploading this video. Thanks for watching.